What's going on, everybody? Cigar Show Tim here with another edition of Tobacco Talk, where I review a cigar and then I give you my thoughts on it in 4 key areas: flavor, draw, construction, and burn. It's everything you want to know about that cigar, but it's from my palate's perspective, and then I rate it as to whether I think it's noteworthy or not. So the cigar for this review comes out of the Luciano Cigars factory. This is actually a sample that I was given back at PCA. I'm fortunate enough to have a couple of them, and I have not smoked it or reviewed it yet, because I know it's coming out now in a couple different box clubs and some different places. And so what better time than the present to let you all know what this newest cigar coming from the Luciano Cigars factory is. And it is put out with the name Peter James on it. I'll get into more about him in a little bit here, but this review is on the Peter James Emergence, which comes in at a nice luxurious price point as well. So if we're going to review it, there's only one thing left to do. Let's light it up. All right, so I went with my usual straight cut, as you can see right there. And let me show you the cigar here. That is the primary band right there. And this sort of flower-looking logo, if you look at it from the side, it is the letter P. If you look at it right here, it's the letter P. And then there's a J inside it right there. So Peter James right there. 4 of them put together makes it look like a flower right there. And then the secondary band, or the foot band, if you will, on there, it just says Emergence. Very high quality, very shiny. Let's see if I can get you a little more. There you go. With a little bit of the lighting on it. Emergence right there. So that's it. And then on the back here, you can see that it says Nicaragua. And then on the other side here, it says Peter James. So, well, on the cold draw, picked up notes of strong dried fruit, like a raisin note, very strong, like brown sugar note in there, but like the dark brown sugar, like nice molasses brown sugar, and then just a little bit of earthiness as well. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't light it up and enjoy it with my Peter James lighter that was given out to some media friends of the Luciano Cigars family back at PCA this year. So of course, I'll be using my Peter James lighter as well. So let me take off the foot band here. Go in there. Let's toast her up. Okay, upon initial light up, definitely getting a lot of black pepper spice. Not quite red chili pepper level, but there's definitely some black pepper spice in there. Quite a bit of leather and earth in there as well. I'm going to expect, or anticipate, I should say, that this being a Nicaraguan cigar, and I'll get into the blend and all that in just a minute, but with it coming from Nicaragua and the tobaccos and everything that, from, if I remember correctly, that are in here, this is going to have quite a bit of spice to it. I don't know if it carries itself, if it carries that note all the way through it or not, but definitely going to expect that there's going to be some good Nicaraguan spice carrying through, like I'm getting upon initial light up. So I'm getting that black pepper spice. I'm getting that earthiness. Definitely getting that leather notes in there as well. Very, very nice. All right, I'm going to jump into the first third. When I come back, I'll let you know what the blend is of this Emergence, anything that I think you might need to know, how it's been treating me, and well, we'll go from there. Let me show you the burn here at the end of the first third. See right here, doing very well. A little bit of wave to it, but construction is doing well. Ash is holding on. It's doing great. Let's get to the blend on this cigar. It features a Corojo hybrid wrapper on it. It has a Brazilian Mata Fina binder, and then it has fillers from Nicaragua and has Dominican Piloto Cubano tobaccos in the fillers there. So let's talk about the flavor notes in this first third. Absolutely savory, absolutely very decadent. There's a very nice, like, almost like cinnamon chocolate note that's in there. Almost like if you have a really nice dark chocolate, hot chocolate with a little bit of cinnamon in there. Very, very nice, very decadent. There's still a little bit of that earthiness that's in there. It's not very strong whatsoever, though. The black pepper has toned down a little bit. You really pick it up mostly in the retrohale. When you blow out the smoke across your palate, you don't pick up a whole lot of it. But then there is just this nice sweetness that's in there as well. Very, very decadent, very savory, very dessert-like. So very good. When I come back, At the second third, I'll go into sort of the behind the scenes, like backstory on this, how it came to be, how Peter James Cigar Company is with Luciano Cigars, and all those different things. But I would say the strength on this as of right now is probably sitting at a medium minus, not super strong, just super, super delicious, very dessert-like, very just upscale, if you will. Like if you have those really nice chocolates, if you go to like a Ritz-Carlton or different things, and you've got just a really well done, chocolatier's chocolate, very nice like that, mixed with the other flavors, absolutely delicious. And then the draw on it is doing very well, no problems with it whatsoever. Ash holds on quite well, as you just saw a second ago. So I'm going to jump into the second third. When I come back, I'll let you know any changes in the flavor profile, how they develop, all those different things, and then I'll let you know the backstory, and we will go from there. So here's to the second third. All right, let me show you the burn here at the end of the second third. Straightened itself out, doing very well. One little point right there. It's going to correct itself, I'm sure, in the next few seconds here. Okay, let's talk about, one thing real quick. I did miss that part of the filler tobacco on this is from the United States. So it's Nicaraguan, it's got the Dominican Piloto Cubano and USA tobaccos in the fillers. I wanted to make sure I got that out there so I could correct what the blend was on it. Flavor notes in the second third. Boy, let me tell you, that decadent chocolate was only improved upon by one of my favorite flavor notes, which is like a toasted nuttiness. In the second third here, that really decadent chocolate with that sort of cinnamon note in there, not cinnamon spice at all, but that baking spice cinnamon note in there with the chocolate was met up with a toasted nuttiness, and it is absolutely delicious. I mean, picture having high quality chocolate with some really nice toasted nuttiness in there, and or some really nice chocolate covered nuts. Very, very delectable, very nice. So Peter James Cigar Company, Peter James Company. So in the in the press release that is on Tobacco Talk Media's website, or right there, you can read all about the press release. But Adrian Mirage, who is the co-owner of Peter James Cigar Company and of Peter James Company, just talked about how making a cigar was the next step in offering a luxury experience with the high quality, luxurious, high dollar value lifestyle products, from the leather travel humidors to many other things. This was the next natural progression to create a different luxury experience that could be added not only to the Peter James portfolio, but be out there in the industry. So price point on this. This is not an inexpensive cigar. This is not one of those like, okay, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50. This has got a $60 price point on it. Depending on where you find it, $60 to $70 is the MSRP price point on this. So it is definitely more of a luxury cigar offering than it is an everyday cigar. Now, if you enjoy the luxury offerings as everyday cigars, more power to you. Go for it. That's great. But that's what this price point is on this Emergence by Peter James Cigar Company. And the matchup with Luciano was just the next progression in their portfolio, like I mentioned a second ago. And all of the tobacco that's in this cigar blend has been aged anywhere between 3 and 10 years. So a lot of time and detail has gone into picking the tobaccos. If you read the press release, it also talks about how when the tobacco leaves are selected for it based on the size of the vitola that is being rolled in, they separate out the tobacco leaves based on size, quality, presentation, all those different things, how it looks aesthetically. And so a lot of detail goes into this specific cigar. So now you know the flavor notes in the second third. You know that it is treating me very, very well. The strength on this, I would say, is a good solid medium. It's getting closer to a medium plus, but right now I'm going to say it's a good solid medium and treating me very well. The draw has stayed absolutely perfect. And as we look here, the part that had the little bitty bump in it has fixed itself and burned through and doing very, very well. So I'm going to finish up the cigar. When I come back at the end, I will let you know any changes in the flavor profile, any information I think you might need to know, and of course, I will let you know whether I think this is nubworthy or not. All right, let's wrap up this review. Here's the burn at the end of the cigar right there. Pretty much straight, doing well. All right, flavor notes as the cigar wraps up. So that decadent chocolate note is still there. but it's actually pretty subdued now. The toasted nuttiness is still there, but there's some earthiness that has come into it, and there's some natural sweetness that's in it. It's very, very nice. The nuttiness is pretty far in the background. I mostly pick it up when I retrohale. It's not as prominent as it was in the second third, which I'm a little disappointed by because I love that flavor note so much, but it's not bad. It still has a little bit of that chocolate, but that earthiness has come in quite a bit. And that pepper note has stayed in there consistently, but has not ramped up. I would say as the cigar is wrapping up, this is probably a medium plus in strength. Full body flavor, deep, rich, complex, very, very good. And I'd say medium plus in strength. So not something that's going to knock you back, but definitely something that if you're new to cigar smoking, that it's probably going to be a little bit on the stronger side for you. So overall, do I think that the Peter James Emergence is a noteworthy cigar? I absolutely do. That second third was just heavenly on this cigar, and I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, this is a cigar that is anywhere between $60 and it's actually $66. It comes in 3 different vitolas. There's an R vitola, which is a 5x52, so a Robusto. There is a Toro Elegance, which is a 6.5x52, and then there's this one, which is the Sublime, which is a 6x54. So it's offered in 3 different vitolas. The R, the Robusto, is the $60 price point. The Toro Elegance is $63, and then this one, the Sublime, is $66. So again, not on the most entry-level price point, not even I would call it a mid-level price point, but definitely on the luxury higher end of the price points for cigars, but very, very good. I know this is hitting the consumers now. Went out in a recent monthly cigar subscription that I saw online, so I figured why not review it. If you've had this Peter James Emergence, I'd love for you to put some comments down below. What was your take on it? Did you get similar flavor notes to me? Was it a similar experience? Do you think this justifies the price point on it? Personally, for me, this is an absolute celebratory cigar. This is one that is not a cigar that I would gravitate towards every day by any means because of the price point. That's just not how my budget operates, but one that is definitely on the celebratory end. I do have 1 or 2 left in my humidor, and I am looking forward to having them. But leave me some comments down below. Your take on this. Does it sound like something that is interesting to you? But at the end of it all, enjoy your cigar journey, everybody. That's going to do it for this edition of Tobacco Talk. I'm Cigar Show Tim. As always, I'll see you.